friends, good to be with you again. So let's talk about the trine today between Venus and Pluto. So this is a positive combination of these two planets that normally are opposite to each other. We have them in a trine relationship here, which brings that naturally oppositional relationship into something that's much, much easier. So there's a really good association in someone's personality between self-worth, values, love, trust, and investing, giving oneself over, abandoning oneself to feelings or love or commitment, loyalty. It's easier to find security in relationships, within jobs, within friendships, than it is that with many other aspects, because we actually have a really good way of understanding and correctly perceiving other people's loyalty. Are they honest? Are they trustworthy? There's a good amount of intuition that is generally correct when it comes to understanding what's behind things. So with the difficult aspects between inner planets and Pluto, we're dealing with an abundance of suspicion, an abundance of pain, or of expectation of failure or of loss. The relationship between love and fear is actually very well balanced with the trine. We're not too suspicious and we're not too trusting. So we're meeting somewhere in the middle. There's a good working relationship there when it comes to our instincts and what we're seeing, and what we're interpreting, and what are we coming up with here? What is the information keeping us safe? So there's a good mix there of the risk of love and having a pretty good outcome generally, because we are not taking risks on people who really don't deserve it, or that other people can clearly see, this person has an issue, but we're head over heels in love and we don't want to hear that. We'll generally be able to see those things. We'll be open to that information with the trine. We are not so driven by those passions that it can't be reached. So there's a good success rate when it comes to the relationships that we can have. However, we will have other things going on in the chart. We can have a mess going on in another area, but be very successful in this area of life. People are very complex and multi-layered. And when we do these videos, we're talking about one thing at a time. And we all have multiple voices within us. And sometimes those voices are in conflict. Sometimes they're not. In this case, we have two voices that are not in conflict. They're very much in harmony. So we can have more success when it comes to long-term relationships, money as well, investments. We have a very good nose for that. Our self-esteem tends to be pretty darn good with this trine, because we are in a reinforcing pattern of behavior. We have, a pretty good instinct for who and what we should invest in. Then we have success with that. And then we see that reinforces our self-esteem and an ability to feel good about ourselves and to believe that we can choose well. And so we choose well again. And so there's a wonderful synergistic success pattern that can come with this trine. With the difficult aspects between Venus and Pluto, we tend to run into manipulative behavior. We don't have manipulative so much as persuasive behavior with the trine. There is still something seductive in it, but it's not coming from such a place of desire for control as it is an ability to really market our resources, to really sell what we've got. And it's in an honest way with the trine, but we package it real well and the delivery is really good. So there's a persuasiveness that can ensure our success in romantic relationships. Also, if we're working in investment industries, conservation industries, the ways in which we'll sell our ideas or our products is quite successful, quite good, because we have a nose for the timing of it and how much pressure to apply and how to dress, how to come across. The instincts are very, very good when it comes to connecting with people in a way that is going to open those doors to us being able to peddle our product. There is an unselfishness that is often present with the trine between Venus and Pluto. And frequently people want to be of service somehow. They want to give back. So we'll see people volunteering, a lot of involvement with youth, with people who they feel that they can have an influence on or have a positive impact on. Like they're still malleable. And there's a real genuine love of contributing to society. Pluto's the underbelly of society. It's the poverty, the difficulties, the prison system, people under stress. So with this particular trine, we have a talent for supporting those types of people, those types of groups or pursuits. So there's a wonderful way that we really can contribute and be of service. And it's not something that is depleting. It's not like a Neptunian kind of compassion where we can often feel exhausted by a contribution. Venus-Pluto trine, they're more energized by their involvement in those types of groups or those types of situations because they can really see that they're having an impact and it really feeds them. So they can often get back appreciation in real time. It's not something that they have to wait for. They can really see that they've really made a difference, and that really feeds the soul. So there is an ethical component to this trine. Venus-Pluto in a good aspect to each other, we do tend to want to watch our P's and Q's rather than push the limit when it comes to investments. It cuts really way back on the consequences that can come from greed or from the fear of loss. So there's a really good nose for investment, understanding how much insurance one should have, so we're not, flying by the seat of our pants with none, and we're not spending all of our money on insurance that we may never use. And there's a lot of people with this trine who have experienced an inheritance, the receiving of an inheritance. And I think that that's due to their social involvement and how they really do want to give of themselves. And that's often going to be recognized in return. So there's some good karma that can come out of this one. And the more that we are enjoying what we're doing with this trine, the more that we will be rewarded for our efforts. we can be very, very effective when it comes to giving of our talents in a way that really is beneficial to those around us. So, hope you found that helpful. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be back super soon with more super cool videos. I do have a subscriber option that is new on my website where you can join in progress classes, either buy the whole package or just attend one class at a time. We have a natal class, a synastry class, and an aspects class. So for the people who are wondering when I'll be opening the next synastry class, check that out there. And I will be back very soon with more videos. Bye-bye.